The end of summer has put an end to our spring cucumber crop, and it's time to save some of the heirloom seeds. This is a Boston pickling cucumber that we've gotten from Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company. We're real happy with the results. This particular cucumber is yellow because we let it mature fully on the vine, well past what you normally pick it as. Literally, we let it fall off the vine just to make sure the seed gets as mature as possible. How we do it, I just remove the seeds from the cucumber, and then we ferment those seeds to get rid of the membrane, the gelatinous membrane that is naturally around the seed, and to allow those seeds can be stored properly. Of course, the rest of the cucumber does not go to waste. It will be fed to our animals, whether it be the goats, chickens, rabbits, what have you. We just remove the bulk of the seeds. With some of the fruit material. And then I'll just take the seeds out of the rest that was scooped out. This little bit here will be placed in the ice box, let chill overnight, and be fed to the animals as a nice little treat. Same thing, go ahead and get our hands a little dirty, get the rest of the seeds out as much as possible. If a couple of seeds are left in the center part, I don't worry too much about it. We will get our use out of them, just not as plants, but as animal feed. We then put the seeds in a jar for the next step. And you see it could be a little bit of a mess on the table. That's why I put a towel down to catch the majority of the runaway fluids. Okay, cut the cucumber in half. Okay, cut the cucumber in half, and I just use a spoon to remove the majority of the seeds. I am not worried about every last seed. If I miss a few, and some of them end up going into the scraps, they'll still be used. This won't be used to grow plants. They'll be used as animal feed for the chickens, the goats, the rabbits, what have you, whatever this one gets into. Now, out of what we scooped out, we'll remove the majority of the seeds out of the chunks, for lack of a better word. I'm sure there's more efficient ways to do this. This is just the way we do this. and we've had good results in the past. We reuse our heirloom seeds every so often though, just to make sure we have a pure line and there's no cross-pollination with any gardens our neighbors might be growing. We just go ahead and replace our seeds every few years anyway, just to make sure we have a genetic sound basis for our garden. Alright, majority of the seeds removed from the pulp, and then put it in a recycled jar for the next step. Again, a little bit of a messy procedure, that's why I put a towel down on the table. Okay, from there, add a little water to the jar, and I'll go ahead and I'll cover it with a paper towel or rubber band to allow it to ferment for 3 to 4 days. Now, I have seen where some people take the seeds out that float, saying they're not viable. I don't do that at this step because I find that the membrane that's around the seed causes a lot of the seeds to float that are still good. If you wait till after it ferments, you would find that a lot of these seeds that are floating right now are going to sink to the bottom, just like tomato seeds. And over the years, I find they're just as good, viable as the ones that are on the bottom right now, on average. Okay, from there, I add some water to the jar, and I cover it with a paper towel and a rubber band, and I let that sit in a cool, dark place for 3 to 4 days to allow it to ferment. This stage, I've seen other people go ahead and take the seeds out that are floating, saying that they're not viable seeds, but I find that the seeds at this stage, a lot of them are floating because of the membrane. If you let that ferment like a tomato seed, these majority of these seeds will sink to the bottom once that membrane breaks down off the seed, and those seeds you would find are just as valuable as the ones that are on the bottom right now. Now from there, seeds in a jar, I just add a little water. Fill it most of the way up. And I cover it with a paper towel and a rubber band. I let it sit for 3 to 4 days while it ferments to break off that membrane that's around the seeds. Well, there you have the first step. I'll let the seeds ferment for 3 to 4 days. The remaining part of the fruit of the cucumber, both sets will be, I'll let them chill overnight, and I'll be feeding them to the animals in the middle of the day tomorrow as a good treat. And I'll see you back in 3 to 4 days. Well, there you have it. That's the result of 5 cucumbers, saving the seeds. I'll let the 2 jars ferment for the next 3 to 4 days. As far as the remaining part of the fruit and what little seeds I did not recover, I'll chill those in the ice box overnight, and they'll be given to the critters as a nice treat to kind of beat the heat a little bit. And I'll, through the magic of YouTube, we'll come back in 3 to 4 days and we'll see the results. Alright, 5 cucumbers, seeds broken out into 2 jars. We'll ferment those for 3 to 5 days. Excuse me, 3 to 4 days, or we'll keep eye on them when they're broken down enough. I'll let you know how long it takes for them to break down. The remaining part of the fruit will not be wasted. That will be chilled overnight. Okay, out of the 5 cucumbers, I got seeds in 2 old salsa jars, and the remaining fruit will be chilled overnight for the animals. We'll keep an eye on the seed jars for the next 3 to 5 days to see how they break down, and I'll let you know how long it took. Okay, full disclosure, it's been 6 days, not 4. I've been busy at work and did not have the time to shoot the second half of this video or process the seeds. So I decided to go ahead and wait till the weekend, and where I can do it more when I had more time to do it. I did peek in on the jars at 4 days, and they were fermented enough at that point. I just decided to let it go 2 more days until my day off. Both jars had a slight layer of mold growing on it, which would be normal. I went ahead and discarded that and gave it a stir, allowing the good seeds to sink to the bottom and the bad seeds to rise to the top, the ones that are not fully developed. I'm going to take a spoon and remove those seeds. Then I'll strain the remaining good seeds under running water to clean them off. Then spread them out on a paper towel, on a plate for a couple of days to allow them to dry. Once they are dry, I'll be storing them in a seed envelope until the next planting. We do plant our seeds twice to try to get 2 crops of cucumbers a year. One's starting in the spring, one's starting in the fall. South Louisiana, we tend to have very mild winters, so we can grow 2 crops of cucumbers a year. The extra seeds I tend to share with friends and family. Also, I want to mention, when you're spreading out the seeds, you can go ahead and take out any that do not look fully mature or fully developed, even though they didn't float. These seeds tend smaller, thinner, somewhat translucent, and probably would not grow if planted. I just go ahead and get rid of those and make sure I have the best quality seeds as possible before storing my seeds away. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.